Hello, Namaste, and welcome to Agile Exploration Hub. I am your host Nagesh Deshpande. Um, Today we are going to talk one more time on AI. So, our today's topic is AI for mid managers. So, guys, those who are working currently in mid management level roles, introduction of AI has caused a lot of friction in the industry. There's a lot of talk going on. To discuss on overall on this topic, we have a special guest today, Nishant Anchal. Nishant was previously a speaker on Agile Exploration Hub. He brought another very different perspective on AI. I will add his previous talk into the on information box. Please watch previous video. So without wasting much time, let's welcome Nishant. Hi, Nishant. Nishant,
Hi Nagesh, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Good, I'm good. Doing well.
Yeah. Okay. So audience, as you know, every Monday, 8 p.m., we release new episodes. So keep watching, subscribe to my channel. And one more thing that I would like to mention that we have reached another milestone here. We have reached more than 700 subscribers now. So keep watching, keep following. Also, we are requesting all of you to add valuable comments for improvements. So if there are any scope of improvement for us for me as a host or speaker, the different topics that you want to discuss, please add. So without wasting much time, let's jump on to today's topics, AI era for mid managers. So Nishant, I would like you to set the context. What are the challenges or what are the main problems, challenges mid managers are facing because of AI or AI automation?
Right, so let me begin by saying that AI is becoming more and more widespread,
Hmm.
and you see a lot of companies, organizations taking action in the direction of AI. Now, obviously, not every company will be a leader or pioneer or early adopter. So there are always early adopters, you know, companies that come behind them, and then the laggards, and maybe the not so adopters, right? So
Hmm.
different companies are at different stage of adopting AI and adapting to AI, the AI landscape and era, right? Having said that, AI will drastically change the roles in the IT industry, if I may say so at least. I will not talk about any of the industries today, but let's just focus on the IT industry. AI has a potential to dramatically change the roles that we have in the IT industry. Where it will impact more, we are yet to see. But definitely, one of the areas that it will impact is the mid-management layer. We have
Right.
also talked about previously about AI helping or impacting the work that developers do and testers do. But today we are going to talk about how it is going to impact the mid-management layer, right? The middle layer. Now, what are the challenges that the middle managers are facing now? The mid managers are facing right now, at least, especially in the IT industry. So one is with the onslaught of AI in terms of tools, technologies, and automation along with AI. There's a lot of focus on getting efficiencies out of the processes and making more and more out, output from the existing systems and existing people.
Right.
What does that mean? That means that the so on so forth kind of era where managers were focused only planning, scheduling, forecasting, right? Customer management, expectation management, all of that may change a little bit at least, or may change drastically going forward.
Right. Right.
So the challenge that managers are going to face is that they will have to adapt. The rules may change, may be redefined, it may be reimagined, and again, it differs from industry to industry, organization to organization, and level to level also, because even in middle management there are multiple layers, sub layers of which have people,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
And we should not miss the fact that AI is not just about automation. It brings a lot of number of tools. It brings data and it basically creates a need for everyone to understand how AI works, where AI can be leveraged, what transformations we can do with the help of AI, right? So the common challenges that managers are going to face pretty soon, or maybe already are facing, is there will always be questions on their productivity, their role in planning, scheduling, forecasting, allocation, all those different uh, activities that managers typically get involved in at the middle management layer. And the roles are going to evolve. That's the
Absolutely.
next big challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we want to discuss, right? How these roles are going to evolve, right?
Yeah. So on that, I think roles, we don't know for sure how the roles are going to evolve. But one thing I can say for sure is there is going to be a lot of uh, expectations from managers
Right.
in terms of making decisions using data and AI, being familiar with how models work, how generative AI can be utilized, right? Being able to lead teams in a way that you lead them empathetically and not just manage them, but actually lead them, right?
Right.
So
Right.
those are the few things that I see already happening and going to happen with all middle managers very soon. In addition to that, there may be things in terms of, there will be new roles coming in, for example, and those may also affect what roles and responsibilities middle managers carry. For example, there will be a lot of focus on roles like AI adoption lead, for example, data and ethics governance lead, right? So those roles will now come in, and they may directly or indirectly impact the existing role of middle manager.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So here on, I also want to add something like the role that you are mentioned. Some of the responsibilities will also change. So
Yes.
one thing that right now coming into my mind is the matrices that we are currently preparing. AI might give us a new matrices or something, some existing matrices may become redundant or obsolete. So here these managers have to first learn these new matrices, adopt, understand, and they should be able to explain it to the leadership. What are these matrices? So these are some of the challenges. There also their role will evolve.
Yep.
So yeah, one classic example that recently being discussed in the industry was there was a organization where they ask developers to use AI to write the code, and even the code review has been happened with the AI. But what happened that the code that was written, the other developers were not able to understand what it is been written, or if there are any issues, how are they going to fix it. So such challenges will happen. I gave you a technical example, but even in the mid managers, if there are any matrices, if there is any task, they have to have long-term thinking. So that's how also your role will evolve. um, Nishant, your views on this one?
Definitely, because with every new tool, with every new technology, and with every new thing that comes into the landscape, there will always be challenges, new, unknown, understood, and
Mm.
unimagined challenges. So I'm not surprised that these kind of things are happening already, right?
Right.
So when you start using new tools, new technologies, you will obviously land into some newer problems that you've never imagined before.
Right.
Definitely, you may be able to solve them, but then you will get another set of new problems, right? That's
So
the life cycle.
that's a life cycle, right? So now we discussed few tasks here, but task and responsibility as well. But which are the some of the tasks or responsibilities are most vulnerable in to AI in IT in India specifically? If we take India as a our working area,
Yeah.
so what are the few tasks or responsibilities?
Right. The first one that comes to mind all the time is the routine task like, help
Mm.
desk, element help desk kind of task, right?
Right.
Back office administration task, for example, updating Jira
Mm.
in software development teams, right? And there will be tasks which require scheduling, as I said in the beginning, right? Scheduling, resource allocation, planning, forecasting, right? You
Right.
may use AI to, help you partially, going forward, but maybe there will be a time where you will not be required to be involved at all, right? You just give a prompt or use a tool which just gives you all the data in terms of the forecast or the plan, right? So these things, these tasks, definitely on my radar are going to change, at least partially, if not fully, right? They will be done by AI tools or tools that use AI in turn, or done through automation. Also, one common example that all of us give is the manual testing, right? Testing automation. Now, with test automation coming in and AI on top of it, it can actually give you a lot of insights already. So it may actually reduce the effort that a QA lead needs to spend or QA manager needs to spend on bugs data or defects data, right? That's where AI will also play a huge role.
Yeah. So to talk about specific about testings, it is also going to help you to identify and review your scenarios. Yeah.
Definitely.
It may drastically reduce your number of combinations test cases, or it may increase also.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that will be impacted when your responsibilities will increase with the help of with the introduction of AI. And so now we discussed all these things. Uh, some of the skills or approaches, those are now essential, will become essential. You know. So now to stay the relevant next few years as a mid manager, what are some of the skills or approaches that you feel are essentials?
Yeah, and I think this is a great question, Nagesh. And this question is being discussed, this pointing being discussed in a lot of groups that I'm part of,
Right.
right? One of them is an AI cohort. So let me phrase it this way. There will be more dependence on data and data-driven decision making, right? So anybody and everybody who's in the middle management layer should become familiar with how to use data to derive decisions, number one.
Absolutely. Yes.
Number two, the focus, as I said before, would shift from managing people to leading them. Now, how do you lead people? You lead them in a way that you use emotional intelligence, you use empathy, you use supporting mechanisms, right? You mentor, you coach, you leave them as a self-organized team, as something that Agile has been talking about for decades now, and focus on using data to make decisions, to take decisions, and also supporting your teams when they're stuck or when they need direction, right? So it will be more about giving direction and being emotionally intelligent enough to support them, coach them, mentor, right? Other thing I see, this is probably a long shot, is when agentic AI comes in, there will be, somebody who needs to translate or act as bridge between human capability and AI capability, right? That is one skill that will be in high demand. I at this moment I don't know exactly how this will shape up, but there will definitely be roles for such work which involves interacting with both humans and agents, AI, and being the bridge between them, right? I see that also as a skill coming in. Apart from that, I think some skills of product management, domain expertise
Right.
will always be necessary, always be required, always be in demand. I think what will also be in demand would be hopefully cloud computing, right? Um, things to do with data engineering, data science, AI, ML, all those other things. Apart from that, I think for managers especially, their ability to navigate change will also become very, very important. Now, this is very important. All of that you talked about so far before this was about tools, technology, and adapting to the new technologies and tools, right?
Right.
But
Right.
now what I'm talking about is adapting to change,
Change.
being a change agent, right? And Agile talked about this for years. Now AI is going to come and necessitate this kind of mindset in people, in managers especially, to have this kind of mindset where they become the change agent, where they support change, where they enable change, and where they lead people or teams through change. Right? That's going to be very, very important.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. Now, so far we as you said, so far we discussed about tool, technology, and change, managers, mid managers, but we haven't talked about organizations. Now, what are these organizations going to do? How they are going to adapt? How are they going to face this challenge?
I think organizations are already facing a challenge, right? Everybody is trying to see how they fit in this whole AI world, right? How they can adopt AI easily and quickly without spending too much of money, without hiring too many consultants, without spending too much on hiring, getting people with AI skills. So there's already a lot of challenges that organizations are facing already, right? And this add to this is the economic pressures, the uncertainty in the environments, right? So all, that is already there. So how are organizations navigating this change? I think I see some examples where IT companies like Wipro, TCS, Cognizant, even Airtel, for example, are spending money on setting up AI labs or spending money on getting people up.
Mm.
Right? There are both kind of examples there, both on AI infrastructure, AI labs, as well as on upscaling people to the level that they can actually perform AI roles, not just know AI like a beginner, but also be able to get in there and execute something where AI is being used, right? So that is there. Apart from that, I think there's also one good thing that I recently came across. NASSCOM, the services body, also has an AI chapter. There's a
Hmm.
NASSCOM AI lead. I think his name is Mr. Bose, Ankit Bose, I think. So NASSCOM is focusing, and there's a AI. There's another thing led by Abhishek Singh, which is AI in practice or something at the government level, right? So
Hmm.
there are governmental organizations or institutions which are looking at the overall landscape, AI landscape for the country, right? And thinking how supporting how you know new companies, new initiatives, new innovations can be supported. How companies can be helped to adopt AI quickly and fast, right? So that's all that is happening right now. I'm sure there are a lot of other things happening which I may have not read about or known about, but definitely there's a direction that is there in the sense of upskilling, getting AI infrastructure, labs, right, and making sure that the workforce is becoming future ready, which is very very important. So it's not just about getting Copilot or any other tool like that. It's also about setting up infrastructure for the future, setting up maybe your data center, maybe a cloud-based solution, getting Azure, AWS, or GCP, and combining AI skills or capabilities with it. But also about upskilling and reskilling people. Also about making the future workforce ready in terms of how will they work on AI, what governance models will come in. Now that's a very very important with any new thing that comes in, right? You need to have a very tight governance. Now,
Right.
AI being something that was born out of like a open source, right?
Hmm.
As Linux was, you need you need a very tight governance model, right? Especially with respect to concerns regarding ethics and data. You need to have
Right.
a very tight governance model. So AI governance is going to be very important in the near future.
Absolutely. Yeah. So to my audience, like Nishan mentioned, if there are any initiatives that any government or semi-government private bodies are doing, any chapters on AI, please add it in the comments. So we will be also, aware of those such initiatives. Moving ahead, Nishan. So now, uh, so are there any new roles emerging in this overall structure or as this structure evolves?
I think there is a you know slightly hazy view of what roles will emerge at this moment. At this moment, it is a bit hazy, but there will be a role of an AI adoption lead, the person who will make sure that organization and the teams and the projects and the portfolios are able to adopt AI-based solutions, right? There will be need for AI governance and ethics officers, as I said before, just now. There will be need for people who are into AI solutioning sites or AI architects. So the
Okay.
number of AI architects being hired is definitely already on the rise. Then we might see a juxtaposition of few existing roles with these new roles. For example, you might see a chief AI officer that is already coming in, by the way, juxtaposed with, for example, chief security officer or information security officer. Maybe these roles could combine, maybe these will remain separate. Maybe there will be a separate role for just AI ethics, right? AI ethics and governance, maybe just an overall AI chief AI officer, and he has reporting, he has people reporting as, AI ethics officer, AI compliance officer, data, compliance officer, all those different roles will also come.
Okay. So there are a lot of things to do going forward, and equally learning opportunity, career opportunity. So guys, uh, focus on these things, learn more about such areas, get you know educated on that, learn these skills, and keep going ahead. So now, coming on to our last question for the day, uh, some of the takeaways, some of the key takeaways concerning AI and jobs. So we recently, let me remind everyone, we are frequently every day we are listening about layoffs being happened because of AI. In some of the cases it's true, in some of the cases it's not true. Uh, some cases it's skill. But again, I'll repeat my question is, what are the key takeaways concerning AI and the jobs?
Right. I think the first one would be every crisis is an opportunity. AI coming to our world is actually going to be an opportunity. The roles will be reshaped, right? Some of them may be displaced, but not every role will, change. Not every role will go away. I'll give an example, right? A lot of small towns, small cities have something called e-rickshaws now, right?
Right. Hmm.
More than 10, 15 years ago, they were only cycle rickshaws, right? Over the last 10 or so years, this transformation has happened that, a lot of those auto rickshaw drivers, cycle rickshaw drivers have moved to e-rickshaw drivers, right?
Right.
And they are now running and, being the most visible, vehicle on the road right now, correct? So like that, a transformation will happen. The drivers, the people will adapt to the new vehicle, the new tool, the new reality, right? So don't my suggestion or my request to people on this who listen to this is don't lose heart. This crisis is going to be an opportunity for you to reshape your career, reimagine your career, learn things that you've never thought of, never imagined, and become more strong in what you do. Right. So use AI to your benefit. Learn continuously, be a continuous learner, and that's how you can reshape your career. Apart from that, I think one more thing that should be said is AI will affect the whole workforce. It will not just affect developers or managers or leaders. It will affect top down, down to top, everyone, right? All roles will be affected in some way or the other to some extent or the other, which means all of us have an opportunity to, go forward from here and reshape our careers and how we do business and how we work in it. That's very important for us to know and understand and move forward. And obviously, there are a lot of learning opportunities, a lot of learning material available online, right? There are so many, training portals. Your own organizations are doing so much, spending so much on getting you skilled and upskilled and reskilled. So use those opportunities, use those learning platforms. There are so many gurus out there who are talking about how to adopt and learn AI very soon. There are so many people who are being are in incubators trying to do AI-led innovation. There are so many cohorts, groups, TOPs which are being formed where you can participate and learn more about what is happening and what is really going to change. Right. So this is a great opportunity for all of us, whether you are an early career person or you are somewhere in the middle, like a mid manager, or you are at a leadership level, or maybe towards your retirement. Even then, I recommend you carry on with your learning, proposition.
Great. It was amazing to talk to you. So again, I'll repeat the key takeaways. Keep learning, guys. Take it this as an opportunity rather than a threat. Wherever or whichever way you can learn about AI, adopt it, and keep working with AI. Try to automate small things. So once again, I would like to say thank you, Nishant, for being such a wonderful speaker today. So much to learn, so much to adopt from entire audience of Agile Exploration Hub. I would like to say thank you, and
Thank you, Nagesh. The pleasure is all mine, by the way. And I always love to come on your channel and talk about things that that are very important in today's era. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about this very important topic, very useful conversation, I hope. And as always, message to your audiences, please, please follow this channel. You get to hear a lot of good, interesting topics every week almost, right? And then, keep learning and keep trying.
Thanks once again. Thank you all. So subscribe to my channel, like the video. If you have enjoyed it, share with your friends. Also, keep learning. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.